Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to make a game like this and put it onto a website. Blink. Oh no, it got me. Okay, so a fun little game like this, I'm going to show you how to first how to get a GitHub, okay, and then how to code it in Claude Code, and then how to put it into GitHub and connect it to a Netlify account and then get it onto your own domain. So everything is all easy to find, just type in the URL, even how to buy a URL like this. So I hope this video is helpful for you. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the video. All right, so let's do it from the start to finish. 1, 2, 3, let's go. The first thing is I always spend some time to build a build plan, okay? So in all my videos, I give these to you guys for free. It's gonna be in the description. The next thing I like to do is use an image generation to create mockups, okay? This is really helpful for the UX UI. When you're actually building the app, you can drop these in, and it gives a lot of information to the AI to know exactly what you're trying to build. Okay, so these two things that are going to take some time, put some thought into this, and then you can start actually building. So, time to build. I have this list of things that you're going to need to go to have, okay? If you want a fully functional online app, then this is kind of the list that I like to go for. Let's start with Git. Git is what GitHub uses in order to manage files and folders, okay? And so when you install this on Windows, here we go, well, I'm on Windows. When you install this onto your computer, it's gonna then set up your computer to be able to put things into GitHub, take things out of GitHub through the CLI. So that's important. So once you've installed this, you can actually run a small command. Here's the command, git version. And if you did it successfully, you're gonna see something like this. So this is the command prompt, by the way. If you wanna find this, just click the Windows button, type in CMD, and then boom. Okay, so then I can run this command, git space -- version. It's gonna show me what I have, okay? If you have anything here, you're good. The next step would be to get GitHub the program, okay? So Git is kind of like the technical stuff your computer needs to understand GitHub. And then GitHub Desktop is built atop that, okay? So this is the program I use to manage all of my repos. A repo is just like a folder where you keep a single project, okay? So repository. And this is what I use to manage all those. And it looks just like this, okay? So this is, if you click here, you can see all of the other projects you have. This is what it would look like when you already have an active project. I'm actually gonna create a new one now. So I'm gonna go to File, New Repository. I'm gonna type don't dash blink, because that is the name of the project, don't blink. I'm gonna click Create. You can just leave all the other stuff blank. Then I'm gonna click Publish. You do also need to have an account with GitHub. So I guess before you download this program, you should make an account on GitHub, and then you're going to connect that into this program, okay? But once that's done, you can make a new repo, click Publish Repository. Private means that no one other than you can open this file and see this stuff. Description if you want, super fun game, and then click Publish Repository. There we go. So it has my username, and then this is the name of the repo, and then boom. You can see this is essentially empty. So there's git attributes, which is just a single file that's always created when you make a new repo. Don't worry about it. I never touch that at all. That's what this should look like. If you have this, and you have this inside of your GitHub program, you can see here, don't blink, then you are good. You can go to the next step, which is kind of the fun stuff. Okay, so just to recap. So far, I have downloaded Git onto my computer. That was the first step. The second step is to create a GitHub account. After you have a GitHub account, then you download GitHub Desktop, install this. Once you have GitHub Desktop, then you create a new repo, you publish it to your GitHub, and then you're good to go. One thing to note is that this is actually, you can see it's actually made a folder on my computer, okay? And this is what you're gonna use in the next step, which is Claude, okay? So you can do this on Claude, or you can do this on any AI. I use Claude because I think it's the best. And Claude has this thing called Claude Desktop, I think is what they call it. And it's nice because it has the chat, the Claude Cowork, which is like controlling your computer, and Claude Code, which is what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so download that. Again, you're going to need to make an account first. Or you need to make an account on Claude, and then you can plug that into Claude Code. I've already done that. I've already downloaded, I've already installed, and it looks like this. Okay, notice at the top here, there's chat, Cowork, and code. Okay, I'm on code. And what I'm going to do is, you can see here are all my old sessions. I'm going to create a new one, and in this folder I'm going to put the folder we just made. So boom, don't blink. Okay, so this is in Documents, GitHub, don't dash blink. Click Select Folder. Notice that it's showing right here. It's on main branch. I like to just bypass all permissions. It makes my life easier. And then I'm going to start something like, I'm going to give you a long, detailed build plan for an app I am about to make. Ready? Okay, so I'm just doing this just to kind of like initialize Claude. Okay, and it's saying going ahead with build plan. So now is where you're actually going to start to build the app now. So I'm going to drop in my things. I have this build plan, okay? And this is this doc here. So this build plan covers a lot of stuff. It has these mockups here. It also has the folder structure, which is important. It covers what I'm going to need. It covers pretty much everything except the direct code, because the code itself can be created with Claude Code, so you don't need to actually have the code files. But this folder is really important because it's describing how this is going to work, the flow of this. So I spent a lot of time building this, and I recommend you spend a lot of time as well. Okay, so I drop that into Claude right here. I also have two mockups. So this one here and this one here. These mockups, like I said before, I just made in Google AI Studio. Okay, so I used a prompt here, made the image, made another prompt. These don't have to be perfect, but it's very helpful. So with those three things, the build guide, the two images, I can say, go, and it will start to build, okay? And I'm gonna see if this can one-shot it. I'm gonna speed up the speed, and hopefully by the end, or hopefully it will be able to finish everything and have an amazing app for me to show you. So with the magic of speed, go! Okay guys, so I think we now have a working app that took me about maybe an hour and a half, but I was also trying to do something quite complex with the camera, trying to speed things up. So here's the website. Okay, so let's actually log out and show you from the start. First, the user enters a username and then an email. The email is just for almost like a password or something, so it can save their username. Okay, and then they have the ability to challenge a human if they want, but right now I'm just in testing, so let's do Face the AI. Gives the rules here, and I'm going to click I'm ready. It has a bounding thing, so looking close. And if I blink, it catches me. Okay, so good enough for me to be happy. It's going to do some final things here, and I'll say, okay, great. I'm about to push this to GitHub. Thanks. Okay, so just so you know, you could actually ask Claude Code to push to GitHub for you. If you want to do that, you're going to have to set up the GitHub authorization, which is very easy. Claude can help you with that. The other way, which is actually easier, is if you go to your GitHub program, okay? And you can see that all of the changes, all of the files, everything we just did is here. If you want to see it, you can click it. This is the file it's pushing. Okay, so every time Claude is going to make an update, it will actually show that update in here. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push. I'll say init push. All right, and what that will do is it's going to push all these files into here. You can see right now there's still nothing on this website. That's because all of these files here, they're all still local. All right, but as soon as I click, where'd it go? As soon as I click this commit button, it's going to push all these files into my GitHub account, and then everything will be online. And then we're ready to go to the next step, which is connecting GitHub to Netlify, okay? So let me just make sure Claude is all done, ready to push. Okay, cool, let's do it. So I'm gonna press this magic button, boom! Push to origin. All right, and then it is now on the internet. It is ready to go. We're almost done. Okay, you can see all the files are now here. Next step, get a Netlify account. Okay, so go to netlify.com and get an account. So I've already done that. Once you have a Netlify account, you can go in and you're going to click Add New Project. In here, it's going to give you several options. We have a GitHub account, so click GitHub. Come on, where is it? There we go. Don't blink. I'm going to click that. I'm going to give it a name. What's the don't blink, bro. There we go. Don't blink, bro. So all these things you can kind of leave blank. If you're going to do some sort of project that has API key or password, you'd put that here in the environment variables. Okay. For this app, we don't have any environment variables, which makes things easier. You can see it's saying project deploy in progress. That's because we have the project here in GitHub. And now we've connected GitHub to Netlify. Okay, and in just 1 second, it will finish deploying. Boom. And if we actually want to see it, it is now live on the internet. Here is the project link, don'tblinkbro.netlify. If I click that, here it is. We have our project. It is online. It is on a website, okay? But I want to do one more thing before we finish this video. I want to show you how to connect a domain. Because right now we have don'tblinkbro.netlify.app, which is kind of boring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a domain. In order to do that, in Netlify, you click Domain Management. You click Add Domain. And you can either buy a domain through Netlify, or you can connect a domain you have on something else. So I'm going to do that one. I'm going to be using Namecheap. I'm going to do don'tblink.lol. Add to cart, checkout. Let's buy this. Okay, so this is don'tblink.lol. So back in Netlify here, type in the domain that you buy. It's going to check it. Okay, found. Say add domain. The thing after this is you're going to want to set it up as a Netlify domain. So to do that, click pending DNS, scroll down, click set up as Netlify DNS, say verify, okay, add domain. All right, and then these are important, so copy this. And from here, you can scroll down to name servers, click custom, and then paste that in, okay? It's actually going to be all the same, just with a different number. So DNS1, DNS2, DNS3, DNS4, and then save. Boom! That is all you have to do. Now, if I go back to Netlify, I click done. It's going to check status. It may take some time for it to update. Okay, and that's it. So when you see this Netlify DNS with the blue check, Netlify DNS with the blue check, and also your SSL certificate, if you're having issues with this, you can click renew, or sometimes it just takes time, okay? But then you should have your website live at the URL. So I hope this is helpful for you. Always remember that you can use Claude Code to update this. So if whatever website you have here isn't meeting your standards, well, you can just use Claude Code, update the code, push it to GitHub. GitHub will then push to Netlify. Netlify will then push to your domain. Everything's connected. It's all easy, bro. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and in the comments let me know what other things you might want me to make a video about. I always love to read these comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.